Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to another chat show here on Buzz in Pattaya. And to today's topic, and that is 5 things that people do wrong when they come here to Pattaya in Thailand. I wanted to go through these common things that people tend to make mistakes about, just to really give you an overview of what I see on a regular basis here. Guys, if you've been an experienced traveler and you've seen kind of things that have gone on, please share below, share in your comments. Keep it respectful, guys, and who knows, maybe we can save somebody from making the same similar mistakes that I see week in, week out when people come here to Pattaya here in Thailand. Now, don't worry, I know I'm sat in my room at the moment. Again, they're really noisy outside, they're digging up the road. But what I will do is I rode around the city, so what I'm going to show you now is this is just an overlay of what's going on here in the city. I just rode around the second road just to give you an update so you can watch that while you listen to me crack on. All right, so number 1. Timing. It's very easy to say, oh yeah, I'll do that soon, or I'm going to go tomorrow. And the trouble is people don't really get right the timing that they want to come out for. What they do is they either come out too quickly and they're not prepared, or they come out too late and realize that they've missed out on what is a fantastic place and an amazing city. What I suggest you do is really do some research, guys. Make sure that you understand what you're walking into. Make sure that, you're ready for it. Because when you come out here, it's mind-blowing. The amount of people that I meet that come out and say, oh, my Lord, I had no idea that this country was like this. I had no idea that the city was as entertaining and as adventurous as it is. It really is all about getting timing. And if you come out in the early stages of your life, I think personally that's probably not the best time. And maybe you're going to disagree, but I just think if you're too early, too young in life, if you're in your 20s, you might come out and think, oh my Lord, this is paradise. And it may taint your view on life forever and more. Alternatively, you might leave it to way on later on in life and come out and think, God damn, I wish I'd done this before. Try and get the balance right, guys. Try and think to yourself, financially, are you able to come out here? And I'm not talking about living out here. I'm talking about holidaying. Come out here with that ample funds. You can always take money back. You don't necessarily have to spend it just because you bring it out here. But really give the timing of your visit thought. And also bear in mind, do some research on the weather here, on the climate. You can come out in our hot season. If you're not someone that's used to the heat, trust me, it's going to blow you away. Likewise, if you come out in our rainy season, you're going to be needing a canoe and a wader because you're going to be knee deep in water most of the time. So just really give it some thought. Really look back into everything and say, right, does that tick my box? If it doesn't, figure out a way to tick the box. And if you can't figure out a way to tick the box, well, then maybe you need to rethink your plans. And don't let friends put you off. So many people, we did this video a while back where I said to people, do you get judged when you come out here to Thailand? And so many people saying, yeah, I've had people laugh and mock me as, oh yeah, you're going for the ladyboys and all the usual crap that we have to listen to. But don't let them affect your decision. Let you make the decision for yourself. And when you come out here, then you're going to be pre-prepared and you're going to be ready to rock and roll. But just get your timing right, guys. Don't come out too young. Don't come out too late. Try and get it right. Try and figure out what works for you. And make sure that when you get out here, you live it to the max. Number 2, keep it real. I can't tell you how much this city is unbelievable. I can't explain it enough. I make my videos over the years. I talk about it. I've shown you every inch of the city. I really have. And it never ever ceases to amaze me that every single night here is a Saturday night. You go back to your hometown where you live. I know for myself in London, I used to look forward to a Friday or a Saturday night out with the lads. That was what you built your week up and looked forward to in general. But when you come out here, every day is a Saturday. It really is. So when you do come out here, keep it real, guys. Remember, you are in the party land of the world. You're in a place where fantasies come true daily. And it just really is a city that can suck you up and just drag you in. So when I'm saying about keeping it real, think about the situations that you're going to be presented with. Drinking. If you're not a big drinker, guys, don't come out here and start throwing bottle after bottle down your neck, because eventually it will catch up with you, particularly if you're here for like a 2 or 3 week holiday and you think, right, I'm going to go and smash it up and I'll go back to normal and go home. It can grab hold of you. It really is. Like I said, every day is a Saturday. Likewise with the eating. Everywhere you walk, you are going to be presented with incredible food. Thai food is amazing. I love Thai food. And yes, I'm on my 90-day fatty to fitty routine to try and push people through to get a bit fitter, like myself included. But what I am being honest about is I love Thai food. Thai food is just absolutely amazing. So again, you're going to be presented with side stalls nearly around every single corner that you walk. So you are in the temptation of eating. So try and balance it with a bit of exercise. Have a bit of a walk around in the mornings. Whatever time you wake up, just go and do something to keep it a bit more realistic instead of sitting there drinking yourself into oblivion every night and eating as many dishes as you can see as you pass by. Remember the entertainment. This is an entertainment, I'm going to say the word loudly, business. It is a business, okay? So when you come out here, again, when I say about keeping it real, guys, don't fall for all the million sob stories. I've only been working here for a couple of days, or, my buffalo's died for the 10th time and mum's had a 17th heart replacement. All these kind of things that are going to be presented with you. Yes, you're a generous person. Yes, you're a nice person. You've got a kind heart. But more importantly, you're walking around with a wallet full of money. And the girls here are working. It is a business. So please, please keep it real, guys. Don't fall into the relationship traps where you meet the girl of your dreams. You might be bounced off a bad relationship, etc., and now you're vulnerable. You come out here and the mistake you make is you just don't keep this city real. So please, just protect yourself at all times, particularly with the girls. Also, think about the people that you're mixing with. You're going to meet people from all around the world. You're going to meet some incredibly nice people. You're going to meet some characters that you'll think, wow, this guy is just off the rails. It's just all bits and packages of fun. But you are inevitably going to probably meet people here that maybe you've just got to be a little bit more aware about, and in certain terms about what they do or what their angle is. So just be very careful, guys, about who you mix with. And you don't need to tell people how rich you are, how successful you are. No one gives a toss. They really don't. At the end of the day, just come out here, enjoy yourself. Be yourself, be fun, have a nice time, but most importantly, keeping it real. Number 3, don't fall in love. I was just touching on the subject now earlier about the bar girl situation. It's very, very difficult because you may have been suffering from a very broken relationship in the past, and you might be very upset and heartbroken and things like that. You might be someone that's lived alone for a long time, and you've decided that you want to come out here and try and see if there's a new bright light out here that you can attract yourself to. You might be maybe just looking for happiness. At the end of the day, as I said earlier on, it is a business. So please, guys, when you do come out here, try to keep the old heartstrings intact. Try and keep hold of them. Don't let yourself get swayed with the emotion of the moment. The girls here, they've heard it all before. These girls are not, it's quite weird, really. People come over and they say, oh, yeah, she's just a bar girl. I'm going to do my thing and leave her and that's it, and I'll move on. Well, okay, I don't really like that, but that's the way it is, and I get what you're saying. But these girls have heard a million airline pilots, a million astronauts, a million deep sea divers, and all the other wonderful doctors and scientists and all the other claims that they've heard in the world. They've heard them a million times. And eventually, it's like everything. If you get to hear it enough times, eventually it just becomes boring. They're like, do you know what? Here we go. It's a bit like us. We laugh and joke about the buffalo's died. Mums needs a heart replacement. All these kind of things that we hear, particularly those that live here. And if you live here, you can vouch for me. You hear this all the time. So just as we are blasé about that kind of situation, again, on the reverse, the girls are a bit blasé about that. You don't need to tell them that you're something amazing if you're not in that situation. It really isn't necessary. So please, guys, if you come over here, try to keep your heartstrings intact. And yes, it's very, very difficult. Of course it is. You're surrounded by beautiful women that are all baying for your attention. I go back into London when I used to go out of an evening, it just wasn't anywhere near close. And back then, things were good for me in my life. So it wasn't that I was short of a bob or two. It was just a case of it just isn't the same. Whereas out here, you're going to get called a sexy man 50 times a day. You're going to go into bars and there'll be girls looking at you, smiling at you, coming over to say hello. It just happens. So please, guys, I know it's difficult and it is hard, but try to not fall in love, because people come out here, one of the biggest mistakes they do is, she's different. No, she isn't. She's just another lady that's working in the bar, that she's trying to provide for her family. She may well have enjoyed your company, and you might think there's more to it than meets the eye. But the reality is, guys, this is a business. So please come out here, enjoy yourself, but just try to keep it real. I'm not saying that you can't have a long-term relationship with these girls, because everyone's entitled to love in their life. Everyone's entitled to a happy future. It doesn't mean just because she's working in the bar, you should just toss her to one side as if she doesn't matter. But what I am saying is, if in the initial stages, the early stages of whatever it is you're doing, you think that there's emotions involved, just try to keep yourself level-headed and try and just step ahead of the game and just look back and think, right, is this really what I'm looking for? Is this what she really is looking for? Have we got anything really common? Often the guys make mistakes. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take her back to my home country. I'm going to do this. And you've only spent a week or 2 weeks or a month with her. You've got no idea about mood swings, eating habits, conditions, all those kind of things, culture, all that sort of stuff. So please, guys, as I say, number 3, don't fall in love. Number 4, people that come here often don't explore this country. And I don't get it. If you're coming out here for 2 weeks, even 2 weeks, you can nip up to Rayong. Rayong is only like 45 minutes up the road. You can go and have a couple of nights in Bangkok. Bangkok's just up the road. You've got lots of different places like Koh Larn, Koh Si Chang, all these different areas that are nearby, that are within a simple drive around from the city centre of Pattaya, and yet people don't do it. Really have a long, hard think about making the most out of your visit. Don't go back and people say, oh, how was your holiday? Yeah, it was great, mate. Yeah, I spent 2 weeks in Soi Chaiyapoon or 2 weeks in LK Metro. Guys, take some time away from the bar scene. It's always going to be here. It's not going anywhere. Get on a boat. Boat taxis are fantastic. Go and explore. Go and see what's going on. Remember, here in Pattaya, we have more tourist attractions than any other part of Thailand. I think the time of making this video, I think we're somewhere about 36 major tourist attractions. You got places like Nong Nu, which is fantastic. You got places like it's a botanical gardens. It's a really lovely place. You got places like the Pattaya Floating Market. All right, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek touristy, but still, nevertheless, it's a nice place to wander around. You've got all the things like the Dolphinarium, all these kind of stuff going, all the temples. There's so many things. If you're into golf, we've got 28 golf courses in the Chonburi region. Again, huge opportunity for you to go out and do things. So don't make the mistake, guys, when you come out here, think, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't really know where I'm going. Right now, if you come up to the Buzzing Lounge, I'll happily give you a list of places to go and see. But right now, there are tour guides here. You can go and book tours, go down to different places in the city, in the region. Just go and explore, guys. There's so much to offer here. It'd be such a shame if you came out and then you went back and you didn't explore the city. We've got loads of little beaches. You've got Dongtan Beach, you've got Jomtien Beach, you've got Pratumnak Beach, Naklua, all these areas. There's so many things to do. So don't be afraid to explore. And please, go and visit. If you do find yourself somebody that you think, do you know what, here's a bit of a connection. And let's say you're out here for 2 or 3 weeks. Just nip up to their village, go up there. It's an experience. You're going to go up there. Here's a question. Who remembers their first ever trip to the village? And I don't mean another city. So if you went to like Khon Kaen, or you went to Royet or Buriram, all these other Unotani, all these places, that doesn't really count. I'm talking about a village life experience. What was your first trip like back to the village? I remember mine very, very well. It was just incredible to see the lack of furniture in the houses, and the people were quite happy to sit on the floor. I was mortified that people were shoving spoons in all everyone's food and sharing food. I didn't expect that. That was something I wasn't used to, because back home, your dinner was your dinner, their dinner was their dinner. You certainly would be shoving your fork in your mate's dish. So that was kind of it. It was all the respect, the culture, how much that they really do thrive on the culture of mum and dad being at the top of the tree, and, all the people, the daughters and the grandchildren, that they dote on their elders, which is fantastic to see. Sadly in UK, many of our elderly are left to fend for themselves, and really no one gives a toss. Whereas out here, everything is about your elders. So immerse yourself in the culture, guys. Go and check out different places. Don't be afraid. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'll tell you now. Here's the worst case scenario. You can go up to, and even if you went up to, say, I don't know, maybe you went up to Galasin or somewhere up north, really deep in the Isan. You go up there. If you don't like it, there is going to be a hotel somewhere nearby if you don't like your sleeping arrangements. So you can always find a hotel and change the way that you're living. If you really, really don't like it, there are buses and there are taxis and there are air flights to get you back here within less than a day. So please don't be afraid and just disregard it, because truthfully, you're going to be missing out on what should be a fantastic way to explore. The last one, tip number 5 that people tend to make mistakes about when they come out here is they don't do enough research. Please use every opportunity you can to research this beautiful country. It's an amazing country. It's a place that luckily I've been able to call my home for 11 years. It's somewhere that I've enjoyed every single day. Do your research, guys. You've got so many tools available to you now with the internet, with YouTube, all these different forums and groups, things like Discord that we run. There's plenty of opportunity for you to ask real questions and get answers from real people. If you're not a Google person and you want to just chat to people that are either living here or have been here many times, have a look on our Discord channel, guys. Just have a look. There is a link down below. But it gives you an opportunity to ask questions that perhaps you're not sure about or you're looking for an answer for. But don't be afraid to do your research. And when you're doing the research, try to get your understands about things, about like what to do in terms of like maybe how to why someone. I know it sounds daft, but when you walk into the bar, the girls will clasp their hands together, put them under their chin, and they will why to you, or to the point of their nose, depending on how old you are, and they will why to you. It's just a way of greeting you. So understand the reply back. The why that you reply back is in the center of your chest, just above, just under your chin, and say thank you. Learn to do things like that. Things like money. This is a massive thing that people don't understand. I've seen more trouble with people disrespecting the king using the money than I've seen any other kind of trouble. People, if they've got a dispute, they'll screw the money up and throw it. Oh, you can have it. I don't care. Don't tread on it. I mentioned this before about how I got fined 1,000 baht when I was at an ATM in Bangkok. I dropped the 20 baht note out of my wallet on the floor. All I did was, it was quite breezy. I just quickly stood on it to stop it floating down the road while I bent down to pick it up. A policeman saw it, went absolutely ballistic at me because I'd trodden on the king's face, which was on the 20 baht note. So please, just do some research, guys. Things like feet and head. Back in England, you think nothing of walking up and, putting your hand on the back of someone's head and just shaking it. Hello, mate, how you doing? All those kind of things. You think nothing of maybe nudging someone under the table with your foot. Hello, hey, mate, look at this, look at this. These kind of actions out here are very disrespectful. The head is the highest point of the human body, so therefore you don't touch it. It's very sacrilege. And the feet is the lowest point of the body. So again, you don't use that to touch people or show your feet. So if you're going to sit down in front of mum and dad, you've gone up to Isam, like I've said, you're exploring, you sit down, don't point your feet at mum and dad, or don't show them the soles of your feet if you're sitting on the floor together. Turn your foot away and point it away. These are just little things that, really and truly speaking, they're just simple to learn, fun to understand. And when you put it into practice, it actually makes you feel quite nice because you think, you know what? I am actually making an effort, and the people around you, the Thai people, will respect you more for the fact that you've made an effort. Another thing to bear in mind is, and I've touched on this briefly on a recent video, is not all the girls are available as bar girls. So please don't just, blanket judge everybody. Oh yeah, she's available just because she's walking around. What you must understand is that, okay, in the city here, 95% probably yes. I'd guess. And the same with like Phuket and Bangkok, the major areas where there's a lot of entertainment. But if you are outside of these zones, please be very respectful to the ladies. It's not just as cut and dry as you may imagine. And the last thing you want is an irate Thai husband gunning for you, because trust me, that ain't going to end well. So, just really try to keep yourself aware of what's going on around the situations. All right, so quickly recap while you're watching the last part of this video is procrastination, or too into it. Just get your timing right, guys. Do your homework, figure it all out in your mind, and make sure that you're up to speed on what you want to do. Number 2 was keeping it real. Keep it real, guys. Every day is a Saturday. Please, just balance out what you're doing. Try to keep yourself exercising and fit while you do. Don't drink yourself into oblivion if you're not a heavy drinker. Just really give it some time and let things just pass you by. Fall in love at your peril. Okay, fall in love at your peril. You're going to meet some amazing, beautiful women. Whether you've been here once or you've been here 1,000 times, you're still going to meet beautiful women. Guys, just keep the old heartstrings in touch and try to keep it a bit more realistic and balance things out accordingly. And lastly, do your research, guys. Like I just said, do your research. Understand the culture of the country you're coming to. Understand what's expected from you and what you're going to expect in return. And just really give yourself the best possible chance to have the best possible holiday. All right, so there we are. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and just the ride around. Like I said, I just rode around on the city just to show you what was going on. As you can see, it's quite gridlocked, but then hopefully, fingers crossed, in the not too distant future, they'll finish off the roads, and who knows, maybe we'll go back to some kind of madness that's at least acceptable. All right, if you have been out here many times, guys, and you can think of other mistakes, please drop them down in the comment below. I read every single comment. I reply to every comment. So please, drop your stuff down below. I love listening to or reading what you think, and, just share some experiences. And guys, please be respectful to each other, because otherwise it's the delete, block, and bye-bye. See you later. All right, that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Very quickly, please remember to hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring a new video. Have a look on TikTok. We are putting more and more work into TikTok. We're really focusing on this. We're working very hard to bring up a directory of businesses such as hotels, restaurants, beauticians, dental clinics, all those kind of things, and you can just flick through quickly. So if you are booking a hotel and you want to check out a few hotels, have a look. We'll show you the rooms, the prices, and it's a 15-20-second video. You can flick through, but it's a great directory and an easy way for you to see what's going on here in the city in terms of places to stay, places to go, and things, places to eat, all that kind of stuff. Now have a look on Discord. I mentioned Discord earlier, so it's a wealth of information. So please have a look at Discord. It's totally free of charge, as is TikTok. So just have a look on there, guys. There's masses and masses of information to help you do your research and understand where you're coming to. And if you'd like to support the channel, there is a link to our members area on buzzingpattaya.com. Please remember that is not where the members area is. Click on the left-hand menu. It will show you a link there, and you can join up, and there will give you an email to show you where to sign up for your membership and come and join us on the other side. All right, thank you very much for watching, guys. And please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.